Good morning and namaskar to all of you. So, today I'm here to talk to you about a very niche and particular field, that is digital forensics, or the area where I expertise. So, does anyone recollect this picture, or can you guess from where it is? If not, let me tell you. This is a picture which I took last week from a place which is 88 kilometers from here, a place called Vai, my hometown. Walking in the mountains daily morning, I took this picture, such a scenic beauty, right? So what I have decided today to tell you a story of 2.5 decades through pictures. That's my theme. This talk is about passion and patience, which are very important attributes for any individual to succeed or to achieve anything in life. It will be a bit technical and not so technical. I will explain it why I said so. Because we are speaking of a very niche, a newborn forensic science field, which is the latest and hardly 30 years old. That is digital forensics. So, whenever I feel stressed or I'm stressed out, I go to my hometown, go to these mountains, beautiful mountains, walk, do trekking, come back and lead a stressful life. By this, I want to tell you that work balance or work-life balance is very important whenever you want to achieve something in life. These are few pictures of the last century. I graduated from this alma mater in 1999. I came from one of the prestigious boarding schools in Panchgani, and then I landed up for the first time in Pune and in this particular institute for my higher studies, so that I can specialize, so that I could achieve something, so that I could dream. That what was the foundation stone here. So can you guess this institute? Anyone? Yes, it's Pune Vidyarthi Girls College of Engineering. And those were the days, I say wo din. Because those were the days when we learned. We learned how to structure our life. We learned how we can be experienced and be ready for the future world. We learned how to live our life. So it was a 360-degree development which took place. What you see on the screen is one of the poems I wrote in my last few days in this college. If you see the date, it is showing in 1999, right? So in this I said that the world is very small and kahin na kabhi hum milenge wapis. So, and after 25 years, I'm here standing here again. So this is what life is, a sense of achievement. When you're standing, and how can you achieve this kind of sense of achievement, and what all you did in the technological field after gaining the knowledge from an institute is what I want to tell you here. So those were the days where we enjoyed a lot. How is the Josh? Yes, this is from a particular movie, right? All must have you seen. Yes, have you seen this movie? Okay, I'll not ask the name. But why I ask this question? Because I was in this particular career for around 23 years. And 23 years is not a small time. What people have impression about this particular profession, that is soldiering, is that it's all about fighting. No, it is about fighting, but it is also about technological developments. Over the 23 years, the opportunities given to me by this organization, specifically the Indian Army and the Ministry of Defense, is enormous. It made me what I am. It made me independent. It made me a dependable soldier, and it also gave me opportunities to do well in life. So if you see the corner picture, that is the best picture of my life. It is on 13th May 2000 when we graduated from the Indian Military Academy. So that is the time when our professional career was born. That is a picture which will remain till my last breath. Because we have made the soldier and we were made a true professional with all the learnings which we took from an educational institute. The topmost picture, if you see on the corner again, is about some operations. Means we are doing some work somewhere. I'll not get into that. But it threw us life in all forms. It made us an officer and a gentleman. So that's what Army tradition is all about. Over the 23 years, went across the countryside, learned a lot of things, saw many technologies, and at the end of the day, thought of doing something more. The bigger picture you see on the screen, guess the location? Yes? Srinagar, Jannat, right? So, such beautiful places this particular journey took me. All the corners, from hills to rivers, from snow-clad mountains to the oceans. But along with that, it also taught me a lot of things. People think, what do you actually do? What I did in over 2 decades was I implemented what I learned. For example, being an electronics and telecommunication engineer, studied exchanges, operated exchanges, satellites, radio, upgraded to IT, from IT went to cyber, and from cyber further graduated to the field which I am in, that is digital forensics. So this particular career gave this particular growth and opportunities for an individual. So it matches with passion and patience. So you have to be slow and steady while you're doing anything. Something happened. After 20 years I put in service, something happened on this particular day. I clearly remember 14th February 2019. I hope anyone can tell me, does anyone know what happened on this particular day? It was a game changer. Okay, let me tell you. A particular incident took place in our country, in the northern borders, where a lot of, you can say, soldiers were martyred. Right, on that particular day, I was at that particular location, nearby, no, not at that particular, nearby, and seeing all these things happen. We were into cyber, we were into electronics, we were into monitoring, and this happened in front of our eyes. So this actually changed my mind, like the previous speaker also mentioned. This changed my mind about technology. This changed my mind how I could contribute towards this particular field. I was already into forensics, investigating, but this particular incident changed how I looked towards this field and how I could contribute more towards this particular field. So after some time, I came on to deputation to CERT India, which is the topmost body in the government for which carries out investigations and analysis. But before that, let me tell you, I have also had the honor to lead the Indian Army's Forensics Division or Forensic Laboratory for 4 years. And after that, another 2.5 years in CERT India, the Forensics Division. So the opportunities were there for me. But alongside opportunity, the vision was required. So I mentioned to you about this incident. So when I started heading this laboratory, the devices which were captured or damaged during that particular incident or related to that incident came for investigations. When they came, we were successful in carrying out the investigation or analysis of that particular device. But a bigger question came to the mind. While carrying out investigation, lot of sophisticated hardware and software is required. And most of that is imported and very costly affair. It is not affordable in the Indian context. Not everyone can have it. So a thought came to my mind, why not develop our own indigenous or make in India kind of products? So that was the thought, because whenever any incident happens, the first thing which gets impacted is the supply chain. So with that as a backdrop and thought in the mind, I thought I have a exposure to digital forensics, I have the experience, so why not me be the person who can make few products in India and make few products which are easily accessible to anyone and everyone globally. Not why India only, everyone globally. So before going that, let me tell you something about digital forensics. It is science. It is scientifically derived procedures and methods are used to derive an electronic evidence from a device. Simple, it has to be admissible in the courts, in any of the courts. So it is some kind of a proof. You are creating or recreating the digital crime scene by producing or providing that evidence. So this is what forensics is. It has various, you can say, steps involved. So adhering to these particular, you can say, standards, products had to be developed. You cannot just make a product and launch it if it doesn't have, the foundational requirements. In forensics, the most important is integrity. So how the integrity of the evidence, digital evidence, can be maintained, that is more important. Right? There is a basic challenge which we all as forensicators face, which we call them as primary challenges. One is the problem of plenty and problem of capacity. When I mean problem of plenty, I mean to say, in that case, you have so many plenty devices which are seized in a particular case. And second problem of capacity is about the storage. You can say type of storage as well as you can say the amount of storage. It is increasing. So these two problems, classical problems, lead to your reviewing and processing speed, thus delaying the analysis of a particular case. So how to address that issue? That was one more important thing. And to address the issue, you have to have your products compatible and state of art, the latest technology which is there. I've just shown two of the devices. These are hard disks, every one of us use. But there's a difference in technology. One is a solid state device, one is a normal hard disk. The technology totally is different. Right? So in a normal hard disk, the storage of data in some other form, in a solid state device, storage of data is in some other form. So it's technological change. And how do you maintain integrity in that? So that what was to be addressed while making products. As I said, this is a very niche field. It is the latest or the newborn baby in forensic science. But if you see any technology coming or which is supposed to be used, brings about, you can say, negativity or brings about cases which lead to cybercrime. Whether we speak of smart cities today, everyone knows deepfakes. Yes, deepfake videos are coming up. So you require tools, hardware, software to analyze those kind of cybercrimes which are happening. So you need to address them. How do you address them? Firstly, you have to adhere to the technological, you can say, foundations or ethics. And second is what kind of crime is happening. That also you need to know and how they are occurring. In the next corner, you see they are, it's a futuristic kind of science because this particular field will not stop here. Any new technology coming, whether it's smart cities, IoTs, anything, you will have to automatives, you will have to have this particular field. And for that, you will require products, you will require softwares, you will require technology. So this slide speaks about confusion to conclusion. If you actually want to, have some clarity of what you want to achieve, same was the case with me. You have to first be clear what you want. Lock, stock, and barrel. This is a terminology used in the defense forces. Actually, it is taken from US and UK. It basically means that in totality, incomplete. So anything you make, it has to be in totality, it has to be incomplete. So that's why I use the word lock, stock, and barrel. Initially, these things were not there, means totality was not there in anything you make, right? Next thing is about Atmanirbharta, self-reliance. We as a nation, we as an individual have to be self-reliant. So Atmanirbhar was one of the, you can say, a catalyst. The initiative was a catalyst which helped me in developing my products here. Next, if you see, it's about giving back. I always believe in this concept. See, if you want an overall development, you have to do this particular giving back to the society, what you learned, what you're doing. It has to be institutionalized, right? So giving back. And lastly, it's not about you, it's about the society, it's about the nation. So if you have all these 4 points in mind, I'm sure you'll achieve anything and everything what you want to achieve. So after I took a voluntary retirement from the Indian Army, I thought of building products. It was not easy because it takes time. It's not about that you go somewhere and just pick up a product and get. I just mentioned about the few basics of it. So we started a small plant in Mumbai and we started developing few products. The first product which was developed was a Faraday bag. Now Faraday bag is basically a RF isolation bag. You must have heard of Faraday box. It's a very simple thing if you ask me, but no one was making it here. We used to import it. So we just made a normal RF shielding Faraday bag, a waterproof bag, which is now used by everyone, whether it's forensic laboratories, the law enforcement agencies, or anyone for the private also and corporates also. It's a very simple thing. So we started very simple that let's make a Faraday bag. And then came the other products. What you see here on the bigger picture, that is the latest product. It's a state of art, what we call it a lab station. A room is full of equipment, right? The all equipment is just fitted on a workbench. You'll see in sci-fi movies, in data centers, in SOCs. So this is a lab station, forensic lab station, which will have all the write blocking capabilities. Any and every global software can run on it because it has the computational power. It has the requirement storage. It has the you can say anything and everything what is required. So this is all what was achieved. And rest is history. People there are a lot of coverage for that. So I'll not spend much time on that. But what I want to say, it was all about passion, patience, technology, and experience, getting it together. What I want to say here, if you can, you can. Okay. So if you decide that you have to achieve something, you will achieve something. And what is required is passion and patience. Lastly, I would like to tell you here that my journey has just begun. I have just started. And what I can say is, we have to achieve things, then you have to try, take risks. That's all I have for today. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.